Paano natin malalaman ang distance between two points? Gaano kalayo ang dalawang points sa isa't isa? Let's say for example, on this point, Cartesian plane, we have our x-axis and the y-axis. Let's say for example, meron tayo ditong point sa part na to. This is point A and this is point B here. Ayan. Gaano kalayo ang A sa B o gaano kalayo ang B sa A? Para malaman natin ang length ng AB or the distance of AB, we are going to get the absolute value of the difference of their coordinates. Ano ba ang coordinate ng A at ang B? So sa A, mayroon tayong negative 4 at sa B naman, mayroon tayong positive 3. Then, we are going to simplify that. Negative 4 minus 3 is equal to negative 7. And to get the absolute value of negative 7, kukunin lang natin yung positive value. So ano ba yung number na nakikita natin dyan? So we have 7 at yun na yung ating maging answer. So the length of AB now is equal to 7. Napakadali lang, di ba? Or pwede mo namang bilangin yan. Magmula ka sa A, papunta sa B. So ilang units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So therefore, the answer or the length of AB is equal to 7. Mahalaga na matutunan mo kung paano mag-compute ng distance para hindi ka magbilang ng napakarami. Okay? So, paano naman kapag sa vertical line? Let's say, for example, we have this. Sa point na to, mayroon tayong C at positive 5. And for this one, we have our point, another point, which is D. What is the length of CD? To find the length of CD, ang gagawin lang natin ay katulad ng ginawa natin kanina. We are going to get the absolute value. This is equal to the absolute value of the difference of the coordinates. Ano ba yung coordinate ng C? Meron tayong positive 5 and the coordinate of D is negative 3. Then, we are going to simplify this. That is the absolute value. Huwag nyo kakalimutan tong yung symbol na to ng absolute value. So, 5 minus negative 3, that will become 5 plus positive 3. Dahil yun ang rule natin sa subtraction. Change the sign. So, that is equal now to absolute value of 5 plus positive 3. Your answer is positive 8. And of course, kukunin lang natin yung number dyan or the positive answer. The answer now is equal to 8. So, therefore, the length of CD is equal to 8. And that's it. Kung gusto nyong bilangin yan, pwede rin. We have here from C going to D, how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, therefore, the length of CD is equal to 8. I hope that's clear.
Hello! Kumusta kayo, my dear students? Sana excited uli kayo na matuto ng math. This is Quarter 2, Module 7 of our Mathematics 10. Ano ba ang pag-aaralan natin sa Module 7? We are going to apply the distance formula to prove some geometric properties. Ready na ba kayo? Mayroon tayong 4 na learning targets para sa Module 7. We have the first one, define and illustrate the coordinate proof. Ano kaya yon? Number 2, we have find the midpoint of a segment joining two given points. And we have for number 3, ayan, solve the distance between two given points. And then number 4, we will apply the distance formula to prove some geometric properties. Ayan. So, yan ang papag-aralan natin sa Module 7. First, let's have a short review of our past lessons in math. We have here a matching type. Okay. So, 10 problems. You are going to select what letter matches from the first column to the second column. Okay, the first one, a triangle with 3 congruent sides. What is the triangle with 3 congruent sides? What is our answer for that? Our answer is Tama ang sagot nyo. Letter A. That is equilateral triangle. Okay? How about number 2? A triangle with two congruent sides. What letter is that? We have letter C. Tama ang sagot. That is what we call isosceles triangle. Okay. How about number 3? A triangle with no congruent sides. Walang congruent sides na triangle. So what kind of triangle is that? That is, kung ang sagot nyo ay letter G, iscaline triangle, tama ang inyong sagot. So let's proceed to number 4. A quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So what kind of quadrilateral is that? If your answer is parallelogram, your answer is correct. Very good. And how about number 5? A quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. What do you call that kind of quadrilateral? Kung ang sagot nyo ay trapezoid, letter J, tama ang inyong sagot. So let's have another one, or the 5 problems for this. For the 5 more problems, we have number 6, a quadrilateral that does not have any pair of parallel sides. Wala siyang parallel side. Kung ang sagot nyo ay trapezium, letter I, tama ang inyong sagot. So let's proceed to number 7. A parallelogram with 4 right angles. What kind of parallelogram is that? So we have letter E, and that is a rectangle. For number 8, what is a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides? Siyempre, kayang-kaya nyo yan. Yan ay ang square. Letter H. Or we have F, we have rhombus. Ayan. Number 9. A rectangle with 4 congruent sides. So, dito maraming namamali yung iba. Pero, siyempre, ang sagot natin dito, pag may congruent sides, 4 congruent sides, our answer for that is a square. Okay. So, and then for number 10, that is B. So, it is a trapezoid with congruent sides. We have isosceles trapezoid. Basta tatandaan nyo, kapag may dalawang congruent sides, that is isosceles. Okay? So, that is our review for from the past module. Pakitandaan po yun. We are going to use that for our topic today. Ayan. So, let's proceed for this one. Ayan. So, let's have this. We have sibling goals. Class, we have here a situation wherein we have 4 siblings. We have Mayumi. Ayan. Mayumi. And then we have Dalisay, Marikit, and Hiyas. They are siblings who are very close with one another. They became closer after their parents died due to a car accident. They supported each other in their schooling until all of them became successful professionals. They also planned to construct their houses near each other for them to get along often as they want. The locations of their houses were illustrated on the coordinate plane as shown on the right. This one. Wow! So, ayun yung kanilang mga bahay. This is the house of, ayan. So, Hiyas. Ayan. Then, yung sa kabila, we have Mayumi. And then, this one is for Dalisay. At yung namang isa ay si, ayun. Sino yung isa? Si Marikit. Okay. So, at mayroon dito na, ayan, nandun ang ating supermarket. Ayan. At isa pa, yung ating gas station. Ayan. So, yan yung mga lugar kung saan sila matatagpuan. Okay. Naka-plot yon sa Cartesian plane. At syempre, pag Cartesian plane, mayroon tayong coordinate x and y. Okay. So, let's have for this one. So, using that representation, we have problems to be answered. The first problem, how far is the gas station from the house of Hiyas? Ayan. So, nasan yung sa gas station? This one. Ayan. So this is the gas station here. And then for Hias, house of Hias, where is this one? Okay. We have this. We need to find the coordinate of the two points. Okay. Or two representations. So we have here, for the gas station, this is -8, 0. And for Hias, that is -8, +12. Okay. So we are going to use those points so we can have this one. We are going to subtract. Okay. And then get the absolute value of the difference. Okay. So let's have it. We have 12. Okay. This is 12 for our y. Okay, 12. And then our y for this one is 0. So again, ang coordinate kasi ng point ni Hias is -8, 12. So ang y doon ay 12. At ito namang isa ay -8, 0. So ang y natin doon ay 0. Dahil ang ating line ay vertical, hindi tayo pwede mag-subtract sa x, doon tayo mag-subtract sa y. Kaya ang mangyari dyan, 12 minus 0, para malaman kung gaano kalayo. So we are going to solve, and then we will get an answer which is equal to 12. Then find the absolute value of 12. Ang pinakamadaling lesson sa math, ang absolute value, because we are going to get the positive answer. Okay? So the answer for that, absolute value of 12 is equal to 12. Okay, very good. Ayan, so madali lang po. So let's proceed to our second problem. Ayan. How far is Marikit's house from Dalisay's house? Okay. So kailangan alam natin kung nasaan natin matatagpuan ang bahay ni na Marikit at ni Dalisay. So saan natin makikita yon? So si Marikit ay nandito sa gawin na to. Ayan. So, ang kanyang coordinate is +10, 0. At yung kay Dalisay naman is here, we have +1, 0. So, ngayon, ang kanyang y ay 0. So, ang gagamitin natin ay, parehong 0 ang y. So, we are going to use the value of x. Ayan. At ang ating x doon ay yung 10 at yung 1. So, we are going to get the difference of them. At ang mangyari dyan, 10 minus 1, the answer of that is equal to 9. And don't forget to get the absolute value, and the answer for that is equal to, ayan, is equal to 9. Okay, so that's it. Ganun lang po yun kasimple, diba? Okay, so I hope you got the first two problems. Okay, so let's proceed now to the third problem. How far is Mayumi's house from Marikit's house? Ayan. So, where is the house of Mayumi? Ayun. Nasaan sa yung bahay ni Mayumi? Nakikita sa gawing itaas. So, ayun siya. This one. And the coordinate of that is, we have +10, +12. Okay? And the coordinate of Marikit's house, which is here. Okay, this one, nasa gawing ilalim. So, +10, 0. Again, this is +10, 12, and +10, 0. So, we are going to find the distance, we are going to use the distance form. You are going to get the absolute value. Ayan. So, we have it. We have 12, and then 0. Ayan. Ang kinuha naman natin ay y, kasi siya po ay straight na vertical line. So, yung y ang isosubtract natin. So, ang gagawin natin, 12 minus 0, what will be our answer for that? We have, ayan. And then get the absolute value, our answer is equal to 12. Okay? So, we are done with the first three problems. I hope that's clear. Let's proceed now to the fourth one. How far is the gas station from Dalisay's house? Ayan. Saan ba yung bahay ni Dalisay? So, ito siya. We have +1, 0. Okay? And then saan naman yung gas station? So at -8, -8, 0. So dahil ito ay horizontal line, syempre ang isosubtract natin ay anong number, anong coordinate, yung bang x o yung y? Kung y ang sagot nyo, sorry, ang ating isosubtract ay yung x, syempre. Okay, so yung x natin. So ano ba yung x ng kay Dalisay? Sa Dalisay's house, we have 1. And what is the x value here? We have -8. So isosubtract lang natin yung dalawa. Ang mangyari ay ayon. At get the absolute value. So if you are going to subtract -8 and -1, you are going to get an answer which is equal to -9, and the absolute value of -9, like what I have said earlier, you will just get the positive of the number and your answer is equal to 9. Okay? So ayan po yung ating distance. Okay. I hope that's clear. Okay. Let's proceed to number 5. This time, we are going to find the distance from the supermarket to Mayumi's house. Ayan. Where is Mayumi's house? Here we have, ayon, sa gawing itaas. And that has a coordinate of 10, 12, or +10, +12. And how about the supermarket? We have +10, +6. Okay. So we are going to find the distance of this, and this is a straight vertical line again. So if this is a vertical line, then we can use our y. Ayan. So kung natin yung y natin, ang sagot natin dyan ay 12 minus 6. Then subtract natin yung 12 at saka 6. Ang maging sagot natin dyan ay ayon. And then get the absolute value of 6. You're going to have an answer which is equal to 6. That is now our distance from the from Mayumi's house to the supermarket. Hello, I hope that's clear. Let's proceed now to number 6. Ayan. So, distance or describe the distance from the gas station to Dalisay's house. And the distance from the Dalisay's house to Marikit's house. So, let's try to analyze it gradually. We are going to have it this way. Of course, find the distance from the gas station to Dalisay. So this is the gas station to Dalisay's house. If you are going to solve that, like what we did before, we are going to have it. Ayan. -8 minus 1, then get the absolute value. We have -9. And then the answer for that is equal to +9. So yun yung layo ng bahay ni Dalisay sa gas station. Ayan. How about yung layo naman ng bahay ni Dalisay kay Marikit? Okay, sa bahay ni Marikit. So tignan natin. So ito yung kay Marikit. Ang kanyang x dito is +10. Dito naman ay +1. So just subtract them. You will get an answer. Okay? So 1 minus 10 or 10 minus 1, same lang yung maging sagot natin pag binaliktad kasi sa bandang hulihan, kukunin din natin yung kanyang absolute value. Okay? So we have here an answer which is equal to -9 and get the absolute value of -9. Kapag ang sagot nyo ay 9, syempre, ang sagot nyo ay tama. Okay? So let's proceed now to our next problem. Oh, by the way, what can we say about the distances of their house? Okay? So these two distances can be said as they are equal or can be described as equal. Pareho lang po pala. So I hope that's clear. Let's proceed now to the next one. What can you say about the distance from houses of Mayumi? So, nasan yung kay Mayumi? So, ito yung kay Mayumi and Marikit. So, titignan natin yung layo ng kay Mayumi from Marikit. At yung distance naman from Marikit to the supermarket. Okay? So, ito yung kay Marikit. This one. Papuntang supermarket. This one. Ayan. So, ano muna yung layo ng bahay ni na Mayumi at Marikit? So, kukunin natin yung kanyang ayan, coordinate. This one is for Mayumi, positive 10, positive 12. And then for Marikit, we have positive 10, 0. So, straight line po yon. Mayroon po tayong magagamit dyan na values of y, which is 12 and 0. And then, of course, our answer is equal to 12. Ayan. How about yung layo ng bahay ni Marikit sa supermarket? Ayan. So, this one. So, we can have this way. Ayan. 6 minus 0. Our answer is equal to 6. Ayan. So, dahil 6 yung ating sagot, compared sa sagot natin kanina, which is 12, of course, they are not equal. Okay. So, but, kahit hindi sila equal, mayroon silang pagkakahawig. Okay. So, what can we say from that? Ayan. Ayan. The distance from the supermarket, ayan, supermarket to Marikit's house is 1/2 the distance from the house of Mayumi and Marikit. Ayan. So again, the distance from the supermarket to the Marikit's house is 1/2 of the distance from houses of Mayumi and Marikit. Kasi nga yung 6 ay kalahati ng 12. I hope you get it. I hope you got it, my dear students. Okay? So let's proceed now to the next one. Wow, number 8. Describe the location of the supermarket with respect to the location of the houses of Marikit and Mayumi. So, how are we going to do that? Okay, saan ba yung supermarket? This is the supermarket, yung nasa gitna. So, what is the coordinate for this point? We have 10, 6. Again, 10, 6. And yung houses ni na Mayumi and Marikit, okay, ito siya. Ano po yung location ng supermarket? Ayan. Kung mapapansin natin dyan, ayan, siya po ay nasa gitna, kaya siya po ay halfway between the houses of Marikit and Mayumi. Again, matatagpuan ang supermarket sa gitna, okay, or exactly at the middle. Therefore, that is halfway from or between the houses of Mayumi and Marikit. Ayan. Next, number 9. What is the distance between the house of Mayumi and Dalisay? Ayun, babalik ulit tayo sa distance. Saan ba yung kay Mayumi? Ito ang kay Mayumi sa gawing itaas. Ayan. At how about the house of Dalisay dun sa gawing ilalim? Ayan. Mapapansin natin, this one, ayun, this is not a horizontal line and this is not a vertical line. Okay? So, magkakaroon tayo dyan ng dalawang value na isasagutan natin. Meron tayong x at meron din tayong y. So, how are we going to do that? Di katulad nung kanina na horizontal at vertical. So, remember, you have your lesson last time on a triangle. Okay. So, nung kayo ay, on your previous mathematics, you have here a triangle. So, from Dalisay's house, ayan, to Marikit, the distance is 9. From Marikit to Mayumi, the distance of their houses is 12. Okay? So, we have here 9, 12, and we are looking for the third side of a triangle. And this is a right triangle. Bakit right triangle? Kasi sigurado tayo na itong ating horizontal line sa x at yung ating vertical line na ito form a right angle here dahil nga po yan ay vertical line at horizontal line. So therefore, this is a right triangle and therefore, we can apply here our lesson on Pythagorean Theorems. Still remember our Pythagorean Theorem class? Okay? So, how are we going to use the Pythagorean Theorem here? We have this one. Ayan, this is our triangle. This is the short representation. And then, Dalisay, then the Marikit. Okay? So we have here our side A, 12. Side B is 9. And then we have here C is equal to 1. Ayan. By the way, class, this is 12 is our side B. That is the longer leg. And 9 is our shorter leg, side A. Okay, but this time, hindi ko na ulitin tong PowerPoint presentation. Pwede nang pagbalik ta rin to. But again, next time, tatandaan nyo na ang shorter leg, yun ang A, at ang longer leg, yun ang B. And then, how about our longest leg, or what we call the hypotenuse? Ayun, naalala na yung word na hypotenuse. So, how to find the hypotenuse? To find the hypotenuse, we are going to use our, anong theorem uli yun? Yun ang tinatawag nating Pythagorean Theorem. Ayan. So, we have here c square, or the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of the first side plus the square of the second side. Or, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the two sides of the triangle. I hope that's clear. Naalala niyo po ba yon? Okay. So, let's proceed now to the next one. Substitution tayo. Okay, that is our, by algebraic manipulation, our c is equal to the square root of our a square plus b square. Okay, so because we are looking for c here. And now, by substitution, we have here 12 square plus 9 square, or 9 square plus 12 square. We will get an answer which is equal to 144 plus 81. And then add this 2, we will get 225. Get or take the square root of 225, we will get an answer which is equal to 15. So therefore, our C, or side C, the hypotenuse, is equal to 15. Ayan. So therefore, the distance of Mayumi's house and the Lisai's house is equal to 15 units. Ayan. Ano ba yung units na yon? Pwede siyang meter, okay? Pwede siyang kilometer, okay? Kung ano ba yung ginagamit na units sa simula ng problem. Ayan. Punta po tayo sa ating 10th question. What is the distance between the houses of Piazzas and Marikit? Okay. So, nasaan ba yung kay Piazzas? Ayun. Doon sa gawing kaliwa. This is negative 8, positive 12. Okay? Again, negative 8, positive 12. Yun ang coordinate ng house ni Piazzas. Okay? How about yung house ni Marikit? Where is the house of Marikit? Again, this is 10, 0. So, 10, 0, and negative 8, positive 12. We are going to use the same as what we did earlier. We will form a triangle here. Ayon. And then, ang triangle natin ay, again, another right triangle. May 90 degree. At kapag right triangle, we can be sure na pwede nating gamitin ang ating paboritong Pythagorean Theorem. So, ano ba muna yung mga sides? Okay, gaano kalayo? Ito siya. Ayan. We have 12. We have 18. And we have C, which is equal to what? Ayan. Or what is our hypotenuse? Gaano kalayo ang bahay ni Piazzas at ang bahay ni Marikit? Ayan. So, again, Pythagorean Theorem tayo, class. Okay? Or my dear students. And this is now C square equals A square plus B square. Then by algebraic manipulation, substitution muna, we can have an answer which is equal to square root of 468. Do we have exact answer for that? You may use your calculator. Ayan, tama ang inyong sagot sa calculator. That is 6 square root of 13, or approximately equal to 21.63. Ayon. Ibig sabihin nun, hindi kasi eksaktong sagot, so nag-estimate tayo. And the distance of the houses of Piazzas and Marikit is 21.63 units. Ayan. So, I hope that's clear. Ganun lang po, sinosolve ang mga problems sa math. Ayan. So, kaya nyo nang mag-solve ng mga problems kung gaano kalalayo yung mga bahay, di ba? Okay. So, let's proceed now to this one. Ayan. So, we will go now to our topic on distance formula and the midpoint formula. Ayan. Ready na ba kayo sa ating distance formula and midpoint formula? So, we have this one. Ayun, ang ating distance formula. So, mayroon tayong D is equal to the square root of ayan, x sub 2 or the second point. Because class, mayroon tayong dalawang point. So, point 1, point 2, yun ang kukunan natin ng distance. So, therefore, mayroon tayong x sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 1, y sub 2. Okay? Because sa point 1, mayroon tayong x sub 1, y sub 1. Sa point 2, mayroon din tayong x sub 2, y sub 2. At yun ang ating gagawin dito. Ayan. So, D is equal to the square root of ayan, x sub 2 minus x sub 1 quantity square plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity square. Ayan. So, here we have the distance or the segment PQ or PQ is equal to the square root of ayan. So, pag segment PQ pala, if you are going to find the measure of PQ, wag nyo na pong lagyan ng bar sa taas. Hindi na po nilalagyan ng symbol na segment yon. Lalagay nyo lang PQ kasi you are referring to the measure of the segment. Ayan. Hindi na na-edit tong PowerPoint presentation. Let's say, for example, we have this. Example 1. Find the distance between points 1, 3, and 7, 11. Ayon. So, meron tayong point 1, point 2. Tatandaan nyo, meron tayong dalawang points. So, magkakaroon tayo ng sub 1, sub 2. Ayan. Para sa x and y. So, kung yung point 1 na una, point 1 is P. Ang Q, ang point 2, dun tayo magkakaroon ng x sub 1, which is equal to, ayan. And y sub 1, which is equal to, ayan. So, tuloy tayo. Ayan. Then, PQ. Again, yung PQ ay wala na pong nakalagay na segment. Ayan. So, that is PQ. So, pwede tayo mag-solve dito ng pabalik. Ayun, class, yung tinuturo ng aking mouse. So, we have 7 minus 1 quantity square plus 11 minus 3 quantity square. So, you are going to solve this or simplify. We can have 7 minus 1. We have here an answer which is equal to 6. Then square that. Then also 11 minus 3 is 8. Then also square that also. And then you can simplify further. That answer will become 36 plus 64. And then you can add now. And the answer for that is 100. Then take the square root of 100. At kapag ang sagot nyo ay 10, tama ba ang sagot nyo? Siyempre, tama yan. So, ang PQ natin is equal to 10. Again, wala na po nakalagay na segment sa taas. PQ lang. PQ is equal to 10. Ayan. So, that is the distance between point P and point Q. We have 10 units. Sensya na hindi na na-edit yung paggawa ng PowerPoint, yung segment din. But it's okay. I am telling this now that kapag naglalagay kayo ng measure, wag nyo na pong lalagyan ng bar sa taas o yung symbol para sa segment. Again, PQ is equal to 10 units. Okay. I hope that's clear. Let's proceed now to this one. Ayan. Ano naman yung ating tinatawag na midpoint? Ayan. So, ito po yung ating midpoint. Ayan. So, we have, kukunin nyo lang yung para sa x. You are going to add the 2x values and then divided by 2. Sa y naman, ganun din, y values divided by 2. Okay? So, we have now, example, the coordinates of the endpoints of the segment PQ are 8, 9, and 2, 7 respectively. What are the coordinates of its midpoint M? Ano yung gitna ng dalawang points na yun? Of course, like what we have on our formula, by substitution lang tayo, we can have here 8 and 2, yun ang x. At sa y naman, 9 and 7, you will add them, then divided by 2. Ayan. Bakit nagdi-divide ng 2? Kasi kukunin mo yung gitna o yung tinatawag na midpoint. Okay? So, let's do it. Ayan. For our solution, for x, we have 8 plus 2, 10 over 2. Your answer will become 5. That's your x value now. Ano yung kapartner niya? Kasi pag point kasi, laging may x kapartner ng y. So, kulang pa yung sagot natin kung x is equal to 5 yan. So, dapat may kapartner siyang y. Ayan. So, ano kaya yung kanyang kapartner? Punta naman tayo sa y. Ganun din sa ginawa sa x. We are going to add the two y values, then divided by 2. So, if we are going to continue or simplify this, we have 16 over 2, and our answer is equal to what? Is equal to 8. Ayun na yung ating y. So, mayroon na tayong x, mayroon na tayong y. Ibig sabihin yan, mayroon tayong point para sa ating midpoint. And that is 0.58. Ayan. So, we have here. So, the coordinates of the midpoints of segment PQ is equal to, or is 5, 8. Ayan, yung tinuturo ng aking kamay. Ayan. So, I hope that's clear. Now, let's proceed. Hello. Let's proceed to our next one. Ayan. So, let's have practice. Wow, practice. Ready na ba kayo mag-practice para sa inyong mga natutunan for this module? So, we have this one. Find the distance between the two given points. Write your answer. Okay. Ito yung makikita nyo rin sa inyong printed module. So, we have here, ayan, distance, number 1. Pwede kayo mag-solve dyan sa inyong mga, my dear students, mag-solve kayo sa inyong mga sketch paper bago ko ipakita yung sagot. Ayan. So, point 1, we have, for number 1, negative 1, positive 1. And the other point is negative 7, positive 1. Ayan. Ayun, ang sagot doon ay 6. Ayan. Bakit naging 6 yon? Try nga natin. Solve natin mentally. So, we have here negative 7 minus negative 1. That is negative 6. And then, 1 minus 1 is 0. So, negative 6 square. The answer for that is 36. And 0 squared, the answer for that is 0. Add the 2, take the square root of 36, your answer will become 6. Ayan. Pag yan ang sagot nyo, tama po yung sagot sa number 1. Let's proceed to number 2. Ayan. So number 2, we have 3, 3, and 3, 5. Ayan. I will give you time to answer. Okay, let's check. If your answer is 2, then you got the correct answer. Ayan. So, how about number 3? 0, 9, and 0, 13. Okay. So, I'll give you time to answer there again. Go! Okay, let's check your answer for number 3. Excited na ba kayo malaman ang tamang sagot sa number 3? Ayan. The answer for number 3 is 2. If you got 2, your answer is correct. Ayan. So, let's proceed now to the next one. Ayan. So, for this B, or for this part, you are going to find or give the midpoint. Ayan. So, let's have number 1. When you say midpoint, yun yung gitna. Okay, ready na ba kayo sa pag-solve ng midpoint? Let's have number 1. So, number 1, we have negative 4, negative 8, and negative 2, 8. What is the midpoint between the 2 points? Okay, go. Okay, excited na ba sa sagot? Ang sagot sa number 1 is, ayun, negative 3, 0. Ayan, dapat dalawa may x and y. Okay. Number 2, negative 7, negative 4, and negative 5, positive 10. What is the midpoint? Go! Okay. Let's check your answer. The answer is negative 6, positive 3. Ayan. I hope you got the correct answer. Let's proceed now to number 3. Number 3, we have ayan, negative 8, 0, and negative 4, 0. Ayan. So, find the midpoint. Go! Okay, let's see your answer or let's check your answer now. The answer for number 3 is, ayan, negative 6, 0. Ayan. I hope you got the correct answer for this, the distance and the midpoint. Ayan. So let's proceed now to our next topic. Ayan. Ayun. So, mayroon pa pala tayong papag-aralan. Akala nyo tapos na ha? Mayroon pa. Okay. So, let's have this one. Ayan. Applying the distance formula to prove some geometric properties. Ayan. Ayan. We are going to name the missing coordinates, okay, in terms of the given variables. Tuturuan ko kayo kung paano po sumagot sa ganitong mga problems. Ready na ba kayo? Ayan. So, sa number 1, we have here, class, by the way, different kinds of figure, okay, or polygons or what, okay, but here we are going to find the missing coordinates. Ayan. So,
Point O, what is the x value and the y value here? Or ano ang abscissa, ano yung ordinate? Para malaman natin itong mga points na to, itong mga values na to, kailangan i-relate natin siya dun sa ibang points. So ngayon, tandaan natin yung x natin ay kukunin natin sa x-axis, sa horizontal line. At ang ating second value or y value, kukunin naman natin sa y-axis o sa vertical line. Unahin muna natin ang madali. Ang madaling kunin sa dalawang ito, sa drawing na ito, ay yung ating y. Bakit madali yung y? Kasi kukunin lang natin siya dito sa y-axis. Ayan. Alam kasi natin kung anong sukat, ano ang value dito. Kasi dito, mula dito hanggang doon, or I mean to say, yung value ng y dito ay dito mo kinuha sa point na to. So, paano natin malalaman to? Tandaan din natin na nakuha yung value dito, yung coordinates na to, dito sa point na ito. So, it means to say, if this is 0, until here, it must be C. At kapag C yan, ibig sabihin nun, ang iyong y dito sa point C ay yung ating C. Ayan. Ulitin ko, yung y dito ay galing sa y-axis, galing sa part na to, at this point, it must be C, okay, any number, yung mga letter ang nagpaparito, but this is any number, this is number C, And now, if this is C, we are sure na ito ay yung C natin. Okay? So, ganun lang kadali ang pagkuha ng ating Y. Kung C yan, ibig sabihin ang Y mo dito ay C din kasi diretso naman yan doon. Pare-pareho ang value ng Y dyan. Kahit sa kabila, idiretso mo sa kabila, ganun din yung Y. Okay? So, ngayon naman, pagdating sa ating X o yung first number dito, ano yung ating ilalagay? Para malaman natin yan, kukunin kasi natin yan sa ating X-axis. So, para makuha yun sa X-axis, dito natin siya kukunin. Ayan. At this point, this one, mahalagang malaman natin kung anong point to, anong number yan, at anong letter ang pwede nating magamit. So, pwede tayong maglagay dito ng may mga number na A, B, C. Pwede ka maglagay ng D. Kaya lang, hindi pa advisable kasi ang gagamitin lang natin yan, tatlong letters lang. We have A, B, and C. I-relate lang natin sila. So, how are we going to give a number here? Kung hindi pala pwede ang D. Ang gagawin natin, gagawa tayo ng paraan na kung saan i-connect natin siya sa M. So, from this point until here, kaya tayo nagkaroon ng A0 dyan, kasi from this point until this point M, we have our A. Kapag may A dyan, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon tayo dito ng A0. Kasi yung sagot natin dito na X-axis or X value ay dito mo kukunin. So, if this is A, automatically, ito ay A. Kaya kapag 5 ito, sigurado 5 din yon. Pag 10 ito, 10 din yon. So again, if this is A, this must also be A. So, I hope that's clear. So ngayon, nalaman na natin na yan ay A. Anong gagawin natin ngayon? So, kung magmula dito sa point of origin hanggang doon ay point A, magmula dito hanggang doon, ano kaya? Ayan, o-observe tayo o gagawa tayo ng paraan na maiko-connect natin sa ibang part ng ating drawing or figure. So, we can notice, we can observe that this part and this part here, ayan, kapag gagawa ako ng imaginary line dito, ayan, this segment or this length could be equal to this length. Ayan. Bakit pwede silang maging equal? Kasi yung kanilang slanting, yung diagonal line ay pareho. Yung angle na to at yung angle na yung pareho. Ibig sabihin yung diagonal, same or equal. Ngayon, this part and this part ay pwede nating masabing equal. Ayan. Kung equal yung dalawang to, ibig sabihin, para malaman natin ang sukat na to, kailangan alamin muna natin kung anong sukat nito. So, paano malalaman yung sukat nito ngayon? To find the length of this, kailangan i-connect mo siya dun sa point C. Kaya nagkaroon tayo dito ng BC kasi o dahil sa ang ating X ay B at ang ating Y ay C. Again, kaya tayo nagkaroon dyan ng BC because if this is B and this is C, ayan, so we have the coordinate BC. So, sigurado tayo na ito ay B. At kapag B yan, sigurado din tayo na magmula dito hanggang doon ay B. I hope that's clear. Kung magmula dito from this point until here is B, at sabi natin kanina, this one and this one ay equal. So kung ito ay B, etong tinuturo ng daliri ko, itong length na to, sigurado tayo na B rin to. Okay? So parang masasabi natin ngayon na yung A natin, magmula dito hanggang doon, which is A, ay madadagdagan ngayon ng B. Okay? I will repeat. This one, anong length na to? Very good. Tama yung sagot nyo. This is A. Anong length na to? This is B. Tama. So, anong sukat uli nito? Kailangan equal siya doon. So, if this is B, this must also be B. Okay. Again, magmula dito hanggang doon ay B. Or A. Magmula dito hanggang doon is A. And this is B. So, what is the length from this point until here? Yung A, dinagdagan natin ng B. I will repeat. Yung A, dinagdagan ng B. Paano natin isusulat yun sa math? Ilalagay natin A na dinagdagan ng B. Ang hirap yata nun, itatagalog mo, isusulat mo, di ba? So, isusulat natin yung symbol. A plus B. Kasi yung dinagdagan ay plus. So, therefore, A plus B. Yan po ang ating value pagdating sa point na to. Magmula dito hanggang doon ay a plus b. Doon o dito sa x-axis na to at this point, dito tayo kukuha ng x para sa point O. Kasi yung c, yung y natin ay nakuha na natin kanina, yung x naman ang kukunin natin and that is a plus b. Ayan. So we now have here a plus b for x, and for y we have c. So this is now the coordinate of O. A plus b, c. I hope that's clear.
Let's proceed to the next one. So here we have a right triangle. At kung mapapansin natin, ang hinahanap dito ay L. Yung L natin ay midpoint or gitna ng ating I at R. So how are we going to find it? Ang gagawin natin, kukunin natin ang midpoint ng ating points I and point R. Ano bang midpoint ng 0 at 2R? Okay, i-add natin yon divided by 2. At yun namang 2c and 0, yung kanyang y, 2c and 0 will be added also divided by 2. So yun yung ating plan at yun ang ating gagawin ngayon. Kapag ginawa nyo yun, makukuha nyo ang R at saka C. Ayan. I hope you got it. Let's proceed to our next. Ayan. Yun ang ating mga coordinate proof na tinatawag. Pagdating sa coordinate proof, ano nga ba ang coordinate proof? A proof that uses figures on a coordinate plane to prove some geometric properties. Ayan. So, katulad nito, we have some examples here. Ayan. At ito yung ating magiging mga guides. Kailangan ang origin natin ay magagamit na vertex or pwede center ng ating figure. Pero kadalasan vertex po yun. Okay. Then, yung isang side dapat nasa axis siya, nasa x-axis or y-axis. Tapos, if possible, keep the figure within the first quadrant. Okay. Kasi sa first quadrant or quadrant 1, positive ang x, positive ang y. Yan yung mga tatandaan nyo pag gumagawa kayo ng coordinate proof. And use coordinates that make computations simple and easy. So, ang math nating class, mula sa mahirap gagawin nating madali. At mas maganda, sa simula pa lang, madali na. O, di ba? Okay. So, let's proceed now to this one. Ayan. So, we have here independent activity 1. Mapapansin nyo, maglalagay tayo dito ng check or X kung tama ba yung paggawa ng coordinate proof. Okay. Ano yung mga dapat tandaan? Kailangan yung vertex o yung origin, doon makikita ang isa sa mga vertex ng ating figure. Okay. Pangalawang dapat tandaan, kailangan yung isang side ng ating figure ay dapat nakalapat doon sa x-axis o kaya naman sa y-axis. Ayan. At syempre, padadaliin natin yung computation. Nakalagay siya sa first quadrant dahil sa first quadrant parehong positive ang x at y. Yun mga dapat tandaan. Okay? So, tignan natin yung number 1 kung tama ba siya. Syempre, ang sagot natin dyan sa number 1 is ayan, we have check. Okay. Na-satisfy naman yung mga dapat na masunod sa coordinate proof. Number 2, ayun, yung point of origin natin, hindi nagamit na vertex, kaya yan ay, syempre, x. Ayan. Number 3, yung point of origin din natin, yung 0, 0, hindi rin nagamit, kaya point x. O, x po yan. Hindi po siya coordinate proof. Number 4, ito po ay nagamit yung kanyang y-axis, yung kanyang x-axis hindi. Hanggat maaari kasi gagamitin natin yung x-axis. Ayan. Ulitin ko, ito ang ginamit niya lang na side dito ay y-axis. Hanggat maaari yung ating x-axis ang gagamitin natin na isang side ng ating figure sa coordinate proof. Next, number 5. Check po yan dahil nakagamit tayo ng, ayun, may 0, 0 tayo. At yung ating side ay nasa x-axis. And the number 6, syempre ito mapakalayo dahil yung ating mga sides ay wala sa axis. Ibig sabihin, x po yung ating number 6. Ayan. So, sana nasundan yung mga yan. Let's proceed to our next one. Ayan. Ayun. So, eto naman yung ating mga proof. Bubuuhin po natin yung nawawalang coordinates. Parang ginawa kanina. So, let's have this one. Ito ay trapezoid, isosceles trapezoid. Paanong gagawin natin? Siyempre, yung ating x and y dito sa A ay nakabase dito sa S, saka dito sa tapat niya. Okay? So, kung mapapansin natin, ang ating y dito, pareho. Yung ating y ay magiging C. Ayan. Tapos, yung kanyang x ay negative B. Kasi dito, sa kabila, positive B. Sa kabila naman, kailangan negative B naman. Pero, yung y value ay same lang, kaya parehong C. I will repeat. So, yung ating x, nandito sa first quadrant, positive B. Siyempre, yung nasa kabila, negative B. Yung kanyang C, yung kanyang y values, pareho dahil sa y-axis, doon lang sila galing. So, parehong C yung ating y values. I hope that's clear. Let's proceed to our number 2. On this isosceles triangle, mapapansin natin, mayroon tayo ditong altitude of the triangle. Ito, yung ating A, hahanapin natin sa kanyang x value, at yung h naman, yun yung ating x and y. Mapapansin natin yung h natin ay siyang midpoint. O, di ba? Minsan didiskarte kayo pag nagsosolve ng math. So, yung h natin ay midpoint. Sana payag kayo doon. Siya yung gitna ng WS. Okay. So, kung yung h natin ang midpoint, ibig sabihin, kalahati ng 6a plus 0. The answer for that is 3a. And 0 plus 0, yung ating y naman, hatiin natin sa dalawa, gaya ng formula sa midpoint. Okay? Ang sagot natin doon ay 3a sa x, sa y naman ay 0. Ayon. So, mayroon tayong 3a, 0. Now, ano yung nasa tuktok niya o yung kanyang a? Siyempre, yung x nito, yung x dito ang nawawala, kukunin mo sa x nito. Pareho kasi silang x. Bakit pareho silang x? Kasi ito po ay nakabase doon sa x-axis. So, yung 3a na nandito, yun din ang ating x doon. Kaya 3a din ang para sa point A. Ayan. So, we have 3a, b. I hope you got it. Okay? So, let's proceed to our next one. Ayan, mayroon tayong hexagon at mayroon tayong rhombus. Okay, or yung diamond sabi nila, or square or whatever. Okay? So, for number 3, this is a regular hexagon. Ayan. So, mapapansin natin, yung ating P ay nakabase sa M. Ang kaibahan lang dyan, yung ating X. So, dito negative A, syempre yung ating P sa kabila ay positive A. Ayon. And then, yung y natin, kung D ang sagot nyo sa y, para sa P, tama po kayo. Kasi yung D ay pareho lang para sa M at P. Yung y values ay pareho sa M at P kasi doon sila kinuha sa y-axis na to. Ayan. So, we have this. Therefore, our answer for that, ayan. Ayan. At saka yung ating S, we have negative A, positive A dito, 0, 0. Ayan. Ayan. So again, this is our A. This is negative A. This is 0, this is 0. Bakit parehong 0? Dahil ang ating point ay nasa x-axis. Ayan. So this one, pareho ng D. Bakit? Kasi isa lang yung kanilang pinangkuha ng y-axis. Okay? I hope that's clear. Let's proceed now to the square or this one. So, ang nawawala dito is yung point F lang. Okay? Ipapares natin siya saan? Ayun, tama kayo kung ang sagot nyo ay nakabase sa S. Ayan. So, ang S natin, negative A, B. So, therefore, sa ating F, mayroon tayong positive A. Then, ang partner niya is B. Ayan. Ayan. By the way, doon pala kanina sa regular hexagon, ayan, yung negative b dito, c, meron tayo ditong bc. Ayan. So, napalitan lang yung ating x. So, sa kabila, negative b, sa kabila, positive b. Kapareho din dun sa ating m at p. Dun sa square natin, meron tayo negative a dito, at meron tayo ditong positive a. Then, yung kanyang y value, same lang din, b and b. Ayan. So, I hope that's clear. Let's proceed to the next one. Example. Ayan. This time class, we are going to use or apply the distance formula to prove coordinate proof or to prove some geometric properties. Ayan. Isa sa mga geometric properties natin, alam nyo ba, na dapat kapag may rectangle, ang diagonals ng rectangle ay equal or congruent. Payag ba kayo doon? So, halimbawa, meron tayo ditong rectangle MATH. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, ipoprove natin na yung diagonals MT o segment MT and segment AH kailangan ay congruent. Ayan. So, dapat yung symbol na yon ay congruent. Ayan. Again, yung segment, na hindi lang nalagyan ng segment dito, pero dapat meron ditong bar. Segment MT is congruent to segment AH. Or pwede itong MT is equal to AH. Ayan. Paano ipoprove yan? Siyempre, kailangan malaman natin yung sukat ng dalawa. Ayan. Paano uli malalaman yung sukat ng dalawang segments? Paano ba yung ginagawa ng lesson natin kanina lang, yung a while ago? Yung pinag-aralan natin, paano uli ang pagkuha ng ating distance between 2 points? Ayun, tama kayo. Gagamit tayo ng distance formula. Ayan. So here, we are going to use distance formula later. Ayun, to find the distance. Paano ba ang paggawa ng distance? Wala naman tayong sukat nito o wala tayong point. Gagawa tayo ngayon ng coordinate proof. Ayun, na kung saan nilagay natin yung isang side ng rectangle sa x-axis, tapos yung ating vertex nandoon sa yung vertex ng ating figure ay nandoon sa point of origin natin. Ayan. At pwede nating ilapat yung dalawang side, nakalapat na sa x-axis and y-axis. Much better here. Nasa quadrant 1 to. Ayun, nasunod natin yung ating mga rules sa coordinate proof natin. Okay? And then here, we can have points. Ayan, magkakaroon tayo ng mga points dyan. At siyempre dito, 0, 0 sa ating h. Dito naman ay sa ating A is AB. This is 0B and this is A0. Ayan. So, yun yung ating mga point. Again, this is 0, 0. This is 0B. This is AB and this is A0. Ayan. Gagamitin natin yon para mapatunayan natin na ang dalawang segments na yan ay congruent or equal. Dapat kasi mayroon ka munang coordinates ng mga points na yan para malaman mo kung gaano sila kalayo, of course. Diba? Okay. So now, we are going to find the distance between those points. Unahin muna natin ang ating MT. Okay. Applying the distance formula earlier. Ayan. Ayun. So, nagkaroon tayo ng, ayan, nasukat. Yung AH natin at yung MT ay equal. Pareho silang square root of A square plus B square. It means to say, ayan, it means to say, we have the two segments equal. Kung equal sila, ibig sabihin yan, napatunayan natin na ang dalawang diagonals ng rectangle ay equal. Ayan. Or congruent. Let's proceed to example 2. Ayan. MA. Mayroon tayo dito na sa isang problem na to, midpoint of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equidistant from the vertices. Ayan. So, ito yung ating drawing. Ayan. Kailangan yung M dito, point M, ay equidistant sa lahat ng vertices. Yung MB, yung MC, at yung MA, lahat ng yon ay equal. Ayan. Paano natin patutunayang equal yan? Siyempre, gagamit tayo ng distance formula. Okay. At bago ka gumamit ng distance formula, kailangan yung triangle mo o yung figure mo nakalapat muna sa iyong coordinate plane. At gagamitin mo ang iyong coordinate proof. Ayan. So, i-check natin kung tama ba ang coordinate proof nito. Andun yung vertex sa isang vertex ay nasa origin natin. Ang ating dalawang sides nakalapat, sakto sa ating x-axis and y-axis. Ayan. So, we can have the point now, 0, 0. Then for A, we have 2A, 0. And then for B, 0, 2B. Paano natin malalaman yung M? Siyempre, yan ay midpoint ng ating B at A or AB. To find the midpoint, ayan. So, kayang-kaya nyo yan. You can have this one. Ayun, yung formula natin ng midpoint. Huwag kakalimutan, dalawang formula siya na magkahiwalay para sa X at para sa Y. And then saka nyo sila pag-partner sa dulo para malaman nyo ang midpoint para sa dalawang points na yon. Okay? So, let's have this one. Sa kanyang X, mayroon tayong sagot na A. Ayan. Paano naman yung B? Applying the midpoint formula, we have Y is equal to B. Therefore, ang ating midpoint is where? Saan natin siya makikita? Ayun, nasa point A, B. Ayun. So, yan ang ating midpoint. Tapos na po ba tayo sa ating problem? Ayan. Siyempre, hindi pa. Dahil patutunayan pa lang natin na equal ang mga segments na yan. Okay. Yung ating MB, MA, at MC. Ayan. Dapat equal. Ang ginawa muna natin, nilagyan natin ng points yung lahat. Katulad nito, yung point M, may point na siya. Okay? So, pwede tayong gumamit ngayon ng distance formula. Ayan. Okay? So, ang kinukuha muna natin dito ay yung MA. At ang sagot natin doon is square root of A square plus B square. Ayan. Reserve natin yung sagot na yan. Ayan. Naka-reserve yan. Ayan. Punta naman tayo sa isa pa. Sa MB naman. Ayan. Applying the distance formula, we have an answer which is A square, square root of A square plus B square. So, same na sila, di ba? Okay. Yung isa lang ang problema natin. Papareho kaya yung pangatlo. Okay. Or, may iba na ng sagot. Ayan. So, pag pareho to, solve yung problema natin. Okay? So, ganun din kanina, para malaman yung MC, gamit ng distance formula. Then, applying substitution, we can have this one, and then just simplify. You will get an answer at the end. MC is equal to square root of A square plus B square. So, therefore, equal ba ang tatlong yon? Check the answer. At tignan natin kung sila ay equal. Ayon, equal po sila. Okay. Dahil equal sila, ayan, napatunayan natin ngayon na same distance lang yung lahat. Okay. Mula doon sa midpoint na to. Ayan. So, lahat ng points niya ay equal distance from the midpoint. Okay. Yun po yung ating example number 2. I hope nasundan yon. Let's proceed to the next one. Ayan. Example 3. Ito para ma-practice pa kayong paano mag-solve sa math at yung mga techniques kung paano tayo mag-solve ng math. Ayan. So, this time, we are going to prove that the diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are equal. Equal nga ba? Paano ba ang itsura ng isosceles trapezoid? Siyempre, pag isosceles, ilan dapat yung sides ang equal? Dapat dalawa, di ba? Okay. So, we have this one. Gagawa tayo ng drawing. Okay, ito yung ating trapezoid. Buo na siya. May A, B, C, D. Okay. Hindi tayo nagkaroon ng vertex sa center. O yung hindi tayo nagkaroon ng vertex at the point of origin. Kasi ang ginawa natin, dumiskarte tayo na kung saan nagkaroon tayo dito ng 4 sides. Okay? As long as one of the sides coincide or nakatapat doon sa ating x-axis. Okay? At yun yung side na AD. Pero kung mapapansin natin, magagamit pa rin natin yung origin kasi yung origin natin ay nasa gitna or midpoint of our AD mula sa drawing na to. Okay? Let's proceed further for this. Ayan yung ating drawing. Okay, we have here our AC. Patutunayan natin na yung AC, segment AC, and segment BD ay equal. Ayan. Paano natin papatunayan yon? Siyempre, gagamit ulit tayo ng ating distance formula. Hindi natin makakalimutan yung ating nagamit kanina. Okay? So, let's continue. Ayan. Sa AC natin, ang ating measure nun ay, ayun, square root of A plus B quantity square plus C square. Bakit hanggang dyan lang? Kasi hindi mo na pwedeng galawin to. Wala na kasing similar dyan and you can use this one as your answer. Kasi ang target mo lang naman, i-compare mo lang ang sagot mo later on kung sila ba ay equal or not. So you may not simplify this one and I hope that's clear. Okay? So let's proceed further. Paano naman yung kabilang diagonal, yung BD? Ayun, yung BD natin. Applying the same distance formula pa rin tayo. So we have the same answer. We have square root of A plus B quantity square plus C square. Ayan. So dahil nagkapareho na ang ating dalawang diagonals, we have already proved our problem. Ayan. So I hope you got it. Let's proceed to the next one. Ayan. So equal na po sila. So we can say that AC is equal to BD and the two segments now, segment AC and segment BD are congruent. Ayan. And always remember that the diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are always congruent. Ayan. Ayan. So I hope that's clear. Ayan. Ayan, mayroon pa tayo example number 4. Pa-practicein tayo nito. More practice pa. Okay. So, I hope nakakasunod. Let's proceed to our example number 4. Ayan. Patutunayan natin na ang mga points na to ay bumuo ng right triangle. Ibig sabihin nun, mayroong 90-degree angle. Paano natin i-prove yan? Ipa-plot natin yung points. Ayan. So, sa pagpa-plot ng points, siyempre, ang ating point dito ay hindi nakatapat sa origin at hindi nakatapat sa ating x-axis, yung isang side. Ang target lang natin dito, class, is we are going to prove na right triangle yung nabuo. Again, right triangle yung nabuo doon. Paano ba natin mapuprove na right triangle? Kung magagamit ang, ano yung plano? Magagamit ang Pythagorean Theorem. Ayan. Kailangan malaman natin yung sukat ng bawat sides. Ayan. Applying the distance formula again. Ayan, ang sukat ng AE natin, square root of 73. Paano naman ang AF? Ang sukat nun is square root of 146. Sir, hindi sila equal. Never mind. Ang target natin dito, patutunayan natin na ito ay right triangle. Next one. Yung ating EF. Yung last side natin, or the third side. The answer for that is square root of 73. Okay? So, if you will observe, nagkaroon tayo ng two equal sides. So, posible isosceles triangle to. And actually, isosceles talaga dahil equal ang dalawang sides. Pero ito ba ay isosceles right triangle? Again, ang ating target, patunayan na yan ay right triangle. Okay? So, paano natin patutunayan na right triangle? Gagamit tayo ng Pythagorean Theorem. C square equals A square plus B square. So, yan ang gagamitin natin ngayon. And once we prove it, then that is a right triangle. Kasi, yung ating Pythagorean Theorem is only applicable for saan triangle? Anong klaseng triangle? For a right triangle. Okay. So, we have this one. Substitution tayo. Ayan. Okay. 73 plus 73. The answer equals 146. And it means na patunayan natin na yan talaga ay right triangle. I hope that's clear. Ayan. Ayan, class. So, sana nakasunod. Ayan. So, let's have some exercises now. Ayan. Ayan. Okay, dependent activity 2. Sabihin nyo kung ano bang klase ng triangle to. Scalene, isosceles, or equilateral. Pag sinabing scalene, no sides are equal. Pag sinabing isosceles, 2 sides are equal. At pag sinabi naman na equilateral, 3 sides are equal. Okay. Number 1. Ayan. So, gagamit ka ng ng distance formula. Ayan. Equal ba lahat? Of course, the answer is not. It's not equal. So, what kind of triangle for the first one? We have scalene triangle. Okay, tama kayo. So, let's proceed to number 2. Patutunayan na ang triangle ay right triangle. Katulad ng ginawa kanina. So, para masabing right triangle, kailangan na magamit ang Pythagorean Theorem. Ayan. So, yung ating mga distance, eto siya. Okay, yung CA, AR, and CR. Ang sagot natin ay ayan. So, pag nagamit mo ang Pythagorean Theorem dito, ibig sabihin, pwede ang right triangle. Paano ba ang paglalagay mo ng C? Kailangan kasi ma-isolate mo yung C doon. Kung saan ba yung C? Siyempre, yung C, yung hypotenuse, siya yung longest side. Kaya dapat yung C natin dito ay yung 7 square root of 2. Ayan. Yun ang ipapahit natin sa C. Ayan. Hanggang sa magkaroon tayo ng, ayan. So, we have 98 is equal to 98. At that means, we have a right triangle for this one. Ayan. So, that is a right triangle. Ayan. So, let's proceed to the next one. So, sa inyong module, ang gagawin nyo ay ganito. Module number 7, may mga blanks doon na pipil-upan nyo para makapagplano kayo ng mga gagawin. Ayan. So, we have here a plan. Ang ating given ay isosceles trapezoid. Paano mong patutunayan na equal ang BS at ET? O congruent ang segments na dalawang yon. Okay. Place one base of the isosceles trapezoid on the x-axis in order that the, ano ba yung sagot natin sa A? Y-axis bisect the bases. Ayan. To show that BS is congruent o segment BS is congruent to segment ET, use the, anong formula? Ayan, distance formula. Ayan, dalawa lang naman yung pinag-aral nating formula sa Module 7. Ano ulit yun? Yung distance formula and the midpoint formula. Okay? So, let's proceed to this one. Ayan, sa number 3. Ayan. So, ang gagawin natin, place the right angle on the coordinate plane with the vertex of the figure at the origin and the sides along the axis. Because midpoint is involved, use the multiple of 2 to specify the coordinates for points A and E, yung ating D. Ayan. To find the coordinates of point N, use the midpoint formula. And to find HN o segment HN and AD, segment AD, anong formula ang gagamitin? Yung distance formula. Ayan. So, I hope nasusundan. Ayan. Sana nakasunod. Okay? Ayan. So, we have our independent assessment tree. Ayan. Yan ang length ng ating OB. Ayan. Kasi kailangan patunayan natin equal yung dalawang diagonal. Pagdating naman sa SSL, okay? This one, equal kaya sila? Ayun, equal din. So dahil equal sila, ang diagonal ng isosceles trapezoid, parang kanina yung ginawa natin, is or are equal or congruent. Ayan. Okay, class, for your assessment, ayan, answer the following activities in your module, independent activity 3, okay, number 2, at yung what I have learned, and also the assessment 1 to 15. Ayan. So this is the independent activity 3. Ayan. This is the what I have learned. Ayan. This is the assessment. Makikita nyo sa inyong printed module o sa inyong mga PDF copy or file. Ayan, yung continuation of assessment. Ayan. Sana may natutunan kayo sa module 7. Ayan, sabi dito, if you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. Agree ba kayo doon? Yes. And if you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. Ayan. So, ayan. Okay. So, that's all for this Module 7. Thank you very much. Again, this is Michael L. Montalia, your math teacher. Bye. Stay safe, everyone. God bless.